Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the DaVon Lewis Show. I'm your host. Appreciate you guys coming through to show your love, support. As I'm getting into a nitty gritty, everything so saucy, of conducting a review for Monday Night Raw that just passed just not too long ago, a couple hours ago. But pretty much everything was on all cylinders when it came to a very mid show from my own personal opinion. It was okay. We had no Cody Rhodes in the house. We had no really major star power, but pretty much we were able to have Becky Lynch in the house. Same when it comes to Nia Jax, along with Chad Gable making that heel turn, which was phenomenal. Couldn't ask for anything better. As well, we had a return of Gunther, who came back to Monday Night Raw, and we had a phenomenal match when it came to the World Tag Team Championship match where Awesome Truth took on DIY. And then we also had another phenomenal tag team match, which was decent for my own top take, but it was okay. It was Andrade and Ricochet taking on Santos, Escobar, and JD McDonagh. And then we had the main event, which was okay. It was semi mid, but it was okay to pretty much get the job done. But we ended up determining a new women's world heavyweight champion in a battle royal simulation. But things pretty much broke down in a smooth way, which you couldn't ask for anything better. But let's go ahead and get into the show as things kicked off with Jay Uso coming out, addressing the crowd in Columbus, and he was quick to and quickly interrupted by Damian Priest. And him and Priest talked back and forth, pretty much putting jabs, talking about the history together and how they both hung out and shared drinks with one another, and saying that would be next when it comes to of achieving that goal, becoming the world champion. And Priest said now that him and Jay are going to be fed to him. And as well, Jay Uso said that he's the only leader of the Judgment Day because Rhea Ripley got hurt, and also called Damian Priest Dominic Mysterio's bitch. And then JD McDonagh tries to attack Jay Uso from behind, but he ducked and super kicked Damian Priest to send that segment to the next atmosphere when it came to that. This feud is slowly building up. It felt like it was feeling kind of a little flat when it came to the build up between them with the chemistry. I think they're still slowly just trying to fill each other out and trying to get the mic skills working together, basically how to get that nice prop spot. But it was okay from my own personal opinion to kick off Monday Night Raw. Then we got the World Tag Team Championships on the line as Awesome Truth, the champions. The Miz and R-Truth taking on DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano. This match was pretty decent from start to finish. Couldn't ask for anything better. The conclusion match happened with an assisted skull crushing finale to pick up the victory. But of course, as things broke down after the post match, you saw the tensions as Awesome Truth was trying to extend their handshakes. Johnny Gargano shook their hands, but Tommaso Ciampa did not, and he proceeded to actually leave the ring, and fans continued to boo as things pretty much broke down from that tag team match. Then we switched to Dominic Mysterio, who was in the backstage segment with the rest of the Judgment Day. And basically, he revealed that he's hurt and can't compete tonight, but Santos will be taking his place. And Priest tells Dominic and JD McDonagh to handle their business. And then, of course, things initially broke down from there. Then we have Gunther, who came out to basically have a decent promo. He came out with Imperium and let it be known that he wants to be the next king of the ring. And then, of course, things broke down as New Day interrupted him midway. And Xavier Woods says he is the defending king and he wants to be a two-time king of the ring. And the King then set up a tag team match between the New Day and Imperium. And then they got things underway after they came back from commercial break. Once they came back from commercial break, we had the initial match, which was decent. From my own personal opinion, it was semi-med, but it was okay. It didn't really do too much. When it came to the high spots and everything under the sun and the tag team transition. But the match concluded after things initially broke down when Imperium initially lost, and New Day picked the pinfall with the up, up, down, down on Giovanni Vinci. The post-match happened when an angry Gunther throws a chair to the barricade and glowers at Kaiser on his way out. And then Luigi goes over to the ring to comfort Giovanni Vinci. And then that's when things initially broke down as he was comforting him. And then he went on the offense as they were leaving the ring and clearing the apron and heading out. Then he pretty much turned his back on him and proceeded to beat down Giovanni Vinci and took things into his own hands as things nearly went haywire when it came to everything initially broke down. It was pure pandemonium, as it looks like that Giovanni Vinci was relieved of his duties being part of Imperium. So it looks like a new member most likely will be coming on the board. My hot take pick when it comes to that will, when it came to my initial pick, I thought it was going to be Ilya Dragunov, who will be probably making his way over to the main event side of things, and he'll be a newest member when it comes to the Imperium. But I look forward to seeing who else they may have up their sleeve from the NXT brand, who may be stepping up in that role to take Giovanni Vinci's spot when it comes to Imperium. But of course, afterwards they show Gunther at the Gorilla, and he meets Kaiser, and he tells him that he said, and Kaiser pretty much said that he said he was going to get it done. And then Gunther smiled as they pretty much broke away from there, from that actual segment. Then we have Drew McIntyre, who's walking backstage, and pretty much he sent us into a commercial break. And of course, they ended up hyping up the new show's speed for Wednesday. And then things broke down from there when it came to showing the previous matches that happened throughout the week, all the way up in the beginning of WrestleMania week. And then we had Andrade making his video package, which was kind of nice when it came to everything, where he runs down Judgment Day and tries to make him like a fool and says that he doesn't want a business partner and they wanted a servant. And then pretty much Drew McIntyre makes his entrance to get on the mic, and he has a whole lot to say. He sits down in a cross-legged position in the ring, and he responds to CM Punk chants and warns the camera operator not to shoot up his cute. And then, of course, the proper heel thing to do, pretty much after the situation, before the crowd started chanting louder. And then, of course, the evidence when the fans really got under him and he was getting frustrated. But then he said the only person he hates more is himself, because of the situation that initially broke down when it came to everything that happened with CM Punk, and then everything that initially happened with the initial battle royal from there. But then we ended up having Sheamus coming out pretty much. He interrupted them, and they pretty much had a jabs back and forth when it came to talking about the history and everything that they had when it came to that promo. Couldn't ask for anything better when it came to these two friends. Then things initially broke down, so we probably will be seeing a feud in the near future, as Sheamus told him to watch his match as he was about to take on Shinsuke Nakamura, as this was a decent match back and forth. Couldn't ask for anything better. These boys put on a clinic when it came to hard-hitting action, and fans actually were chanting this is awesome. But it was decent enough to get the job done, as Sheamus picked up the pinfall with the bro kick, and you truly couldn't ask for anything better, from my own personal opinion. Then they ended up airing footage of Chad Gable turning heel on Sami Zayn last week. Kathy Kelly interviews Sami Zayn and says he's looking forward to seeing what Gable has to say for himself. And then Bronson Reed ended up interrupting him, making another situation, another barricade. And Reed tells him, saying that he plans on being the next Intercontinental Champion. And he says that he'll defend it anytime, anywhere, which that was Zayn's quotes. And Zayn turned his back to finish the interview, and he gets to check out Bronson Reed, gets taken out, and things break down from there. Then we switch gears as Chad Gable's in a suit, heads to the ring, surrounded by Otis, Akira Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree. This was a decent promo. It was a lot of back and forth. He pretty much shoot from the hip on all the members, and pretty much the fans booed. But it was a decent promo as he really went in on them, and things initially broke down from there, as he said he was disappointed in all of them. Then, of course, they made their academic promise that they are going to help him capture the WWE Intercontinental Championship, then leaves them in the ring standing there. Pretty much from there, making it a whole new stable. That's his goal, that they're going to fall in line, do what he's asking them to do, and we shall see how that turns out as Chad Gable continues to make that push to being a heel. Then we have Dominic Mysterio confronted Ricochet, who says that he is sad Dominic isn't cleared, but he has to settle for beating Santos and JD. And Dom is then confronted by Liv Morgan before the show cuts into a commercial, which you could feel that heat back and forth as the fans were chanting for a mommy and pretty much for Rhea. And then things broke down as they went to a commercial break. They came back from commercial break, and pretty much Nia Jax was cutting a promo when it came to the battle royal, and she had her personal opinions of what she felt was going to happen directly in that match and how she's going to dominate, and things broke down from there. Then we got ready for the men's tag team match, which was Andrade and Ricochet taking on Santos, Escobar, and JD McDonagh. This match was a lot of back and forth, lucha style, a lot of twists and turns. Ricochet again was another MVP when it came to his high flying moves. I really enjoyed this match, and you truly couldn't ask for anything better as things initially broke down. But the pinfall happened when Andrade, Idolo, and Ricochet picked up the pinfall with the La Sombra from El Idolo on JD McDonagh, and that pretty much sealed the deal when it came to that particular match. But then after that match, we had a post-match where Damian Priest attacks and lays both baby faces out and turns to Dominic Mysterio and yells at him in Spanish. And JD asks what he just said. And Damian says he doesn't need anybody. They need him. And we see Natalya gets ready for her main event, and we go to initial break from there. So pretty much you see the tensions along the lines of the Judgment Day. Seems like it's going to be some serious beef, as he's basically saying he don't care about the Judgment Day. He's doing his own thing, so he's making a push. I don't know what's going on in the situation when it came to the rest of the members, but I'm waiting for Finn to come back, because, you know, he's a hothead, and he's not going to take that bullshit talk when it comes to Damian Priest, and he's the main man. I'm looking to step up and see how things go about when it comes to how Damian Priest is treating everybody when it comes to the Judgment Day. Then we get ready for the hype reel and everything like that. Then pretty much everybody does the initial interviews and everything gets all set up. And then we get ready for the initial Women's World Battle Royal, which all the ladies got involved, all the hot stars that was involved, including Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Starks, along with Nia Jax, Maxine Dupree. She did a phenomenal job when it came to now stepping up herself, as well as Natalya. But initially, the final two came down to Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, as they pretty much went the distance, and they were able to eliminate Nia previously, which was the final three. And then, of course, Becky Lynch ended up hitting the manhandle onto the outside apron and was able to eliminate Liv Morgan afterwards. But you saw Liv Morgan's frustration as she was looking on and looking pissed, and she was not too fond of the situation that broke down when it came to everything. We're going to see, as things continue to progress, of her continue to go on her revenge tour, as she's looking to step it up and basically probably go to war with Becky Lynch, as Becky is probably going to be a fighting champion all the way to the end. And you know you're going to get your money's worth when it comes to Becky Lynch. But pretty much, so everything was pretty solid from this actual show. It was still pretty mad from my own personal take. But I would like to know you guys' own hot take. Post your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, peace.